pulling into the elementary school. It is looking pretty much the same.
Yeah, other than like random Wi-Fi antennas and shit, it is identical. All right,
let's do it.
Let's walk this way. It's kind of wild, dude.
Yeah. Bike racks.
Like,
I feel yes. I was about to say that they used to be right there because shit would go down at the bike racks.
Fuck yeah, it sure did.
Meet you at the bike racks.
Sure did. Hey, it's Bronwin and Elinor here. This is our final episode, and it is a special one. We spent the last 4 episodes exploring our childhood growing up in Calgary in 1988. Now we are literally going back to a pivotal place in our shared history, starting with our elementary school and seeing it together for the first time in over 30 years.
Why did we decide to do this? Well, we really felt the need to bring this into 3 dimensions. What is this? Meaning our relationship. You know, we hadn't seen each other in person since starting this project, and only a couple times prior to that because we actually live on the opposite ends of the country. So you might hear us getting used to each other, finding our footing. It's all part of the journey.
We're excited to have you here with us. As you can come along, we are your tour guides on this journey into the past via the present as we finally answer the question, what if we would have been friends? This is Late in 88. I don't remember the doors being gendered.
Oh, weird.
How fucked up is that like the doors are gendered? And you wonder why it was hard for me to come out.
You know, it's so funny. I don't remember that, but I have very clear memories about the bathroom being on the way out.
Yeah.
And so when you would leave to come out to recess, you would be with your assigned gender.
Absolutely. I always ended up having to meet the boys.
It's funny to see that because I definitely had a sense of geographical orientation, and I never put it together that it was because of the placement of those bathrooms.
You're conditioned. It becomes Pavlovian, right? Mm-hmm. That you almost don't think about it, and it immediately segregates you. Systemic binary.
Very systemic.
It's not, you can't play ball on this fucking wall anymore. They put siding up. And a light.
I was actually looking for a tennis ball because I was thinking to bring one.
I had the same thought this morning.
And I couldn't find one, but now it wouldn't have mattered anyways. Okay. I think we need some context here.
Okay. All right. So there used to be this game we played with the boys at every recess where you, aptly named wall ball, where you throw a tennis ball against this like cinder block wall. And there was an outrageous amount of rules and regulations for this childhood game.
I remember.
It was something we did religiously every recess and most lunch hours. Yeah, it never got tired.
Why we started talking about it right away like this is because it was one of the first things that we both reminisced about was playing wall ball, and I would come over and there would be dynamics. And so anyways, wall ball. Okay, back to the memory. Here we go.
For the record, there used to be a brick wall in front of where we're standing now. And it's clearly like they've covered it up intentionally to prevent people from playing that game because it's the only piece of the whole fucking school that is covered in that particular piece of siding.
This is kind of trippy, eh?
Yeah. This is fucking me up a little bit.
I remember playing Foursquare in these circles.
Fuck yeah.
I really remember playing Capture the Flag.
Ditto. Yeah.
I loved that game.
Look at the size of this schoolyard. It's like 5 fucking acres.
I know, it's massive. I also remember like just this angle that we're standing right here, coming out of the doors and seeing the field and being like, I'm going to go play some soccer. Being so ready and so excited for that part of the day. And just sprinting and going and like this soccer field being my safe, happy place. Were you at kindergarten here?
Yeah, totally.
Who was your kindergarten teacher?
Madam Nelson.
She was your kindergarten teacher?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, she was mine too.
Yeah, we went to kindergarten together. 13 years, Elinor, 13 years. And I feel like the tire swing that we talk about was like right fucking here. Ish.
So if you remember back, everyone, to episode 1, I shared one of my most vivid childhood memories of Bronwin. It was at the tire swing. So we had arrived now at the part of the playground where the tire swing used to be because we discovered that they had
moved the entire playground.
I mean, it's been 35 years. I guess they made some changes.
It was so wild just standing on that spot and us being there together.
I turned off my recorder and I found Bronwin standing there. And they said to me, let's have a hug. We didn't say much, but it was actually a really beautiful moment. I've been anticipating going around the back here. I have pit in my stomach memories around the back side of the school.
Well, that's where all the shit goes down.
This is the hidden part of the schoolyard.
Yes, this is one of those, what do they call them, blind corners?
Oh yeah, side of the school.
Yes.
Oh, creepy vibes in my body right now happening.
Okay, yeah, I fully remember. If you're gonna try and bully someone or like really get into it or do something you don't want the teachers to see, this is where you go.
Yeah, no, this is...
And this is clearly where they still go. Look at the path. Like, there's lots of activity back here, and that's not all the teachers.
Detective Bronwin on the scene. I feel like we need to lean against this wall. Oh yeah, for sure. Right. This is it, right here.
And then you hang out here and talk shit.
Make plans.
Make plans.
Yeah, it's weird. It's a weird visceral... It's hard to explain, especially because we've spent so much time talking about this place. My body is feeling uncomfortable.
Okay, so it's not just me.
You're time traveling in a way. You're here in the present moment.
Yeah.
Landscape holds so much. My God, look. Tennis ball.
Throw it against the wall. It's a fucking brick. If we miss, it'll hit a window, and then we're in trouble.
We got to try. The universe has gifted us with a tennis ball.
All right.
Want to do the honors? That was a good throw.
Still got it.
Let's see if I can go. It doesn't have that same rubbery ting to it.
No, it doesn't, because it is a brick. It is a frozen brick.
How's it feel to throw that tennis ball?
Wow, it's a thing. It's a thing we did. So after touring the whole schoolyard and digging up memory after memory, we took a break at Wheat's Cafe.
Shout out!
To check out some family photo albums and artifacts. This is me. I made an Olympic torch-carrying snowman. Classic Bronwin breaking lead.
I had the 80s t-shirt. I swear I had the exact same shirt.
Yeah, I think we all fucking did. This is my dad and our brick. This is the brick I found in the summer. Remember when I was like cruising around Olympic Plaza? I found that brick. So
we should see if we can find it. Okay, I know we just got started with the photos, but we're going to travel forward in time a few hours because we can, the magic of editing, from the coffee shop to downtown Calgary into Olympic Plaza.
Context. So back in 87, my family won a spot in the Olympic Brick Lottery and was able to purchase a brick with our family name engraved on it for $19.88, of course. And so this, along with thousands of others, was used to pave Olympic Plaza. And let me tell you, even if you know where to look, it can be incredibly hard to find.
Okay, let's go and then we'll come back.
Walking along 9th Avenue. We'll turn left. Let's go down Stephen Ave.
So we're now going to look for Bronwin's...
Do
the loop.
I'm just trying to get the sense because I remember from the photo. And I remember I was like literally just here.
There's the sound of the C-train. C-train going by. Calgary sound.
Yeah.
I like the Easter egg hunt. So parks. It's taking us a while to find the brick.
A lot longer than I expected. Aha! Found it.
Where?
Here.
Oh.
There it is.
Immortalized.
Immortalized.
As a part of Calgary architecture.
Yeah. It's kind of cool.
It is cool. It's still cool.
It's still fucking cool.
I mean, it's got a timestamp on it now, right?
It is.
Because
like
every year it gets cooler.
Yeah, it's like a little time capsule.
Rewind. Backwards. We're at Wheat's Cafe again. The photo albums are open.
Classic Bronwin look. Sneaks, jeans, graphic tee, which is basically me now. So I dress like an 8-year-old.
Oh, I love it.
When in doubt, Bronwin will be found with the dog in the woods.
I see like the present you in this photo a lot. You can see the photos where it's like super kid face, and then sometimes you see the adult coming through.
This is us at Reptile World for my birthday. Dinosaur cups. Dinosaurs all day. We used to help out at this ranch. They did a branding every year. My dad would play cowboy for a while, and I loved that. That was my favorite time. Go to their huge acreage and work cattle and stuff. That was so cool. I'm pretty sure that's when I figured I wanted to be a cowboy for a long time. I'm trying to rope the fucking dog here. You could probably find a picture of me doing this thing like at the rodeo arena. So but this is the thing. Look at how uncomfortable I look right there.
It is odd.
Like I look like I have been put in something and I've been told to stand there, and all I want to do was wear the hat. And next thing you know, you are being put in a jean skirt, because that's what girls wear, and a little blouse with a fucking kerchief. I think it even says, "Our Cowgirl, Stampede 88. And I'm like, can't you see how uncomfortable I look right there?
When you were looking at these photos, do you see yourself now, or does it feel like another person?
And some of them I feel like another person. Mm-hmm. Like definitely those ones you're trying to rope the dog, where I literally have the same outfit, and I'm like, oh yeah, okay, so I really haven't changed. Because it's also interesting to see it versus try and remember it. Mm-hmm. Like, because as we were saying before, memory is a tricky thing, and so to physically see it, it's like, okay, I did remember that, right?
I have to say that when I see the photos of little you, I'm like, you look like a lot of fun.
I think sometimes that was a lot of fun. Like when I was allowed to really be myself, I think it was a lot of fun. I think there was a lot of times at school I felt really scared.
Do you want to see my artifacts?
Very much want to see
My artifacts started with our grade 4 class photo, which you're going to hear us describe. And you'll notice we're in the car because the wind picked up and we got cold. Here we go. My handmade elephant sweater, because I was obsessed with elephants, still am. Look at these 80s dresses.
They're spectacular. I'm
so grateful I'm not wearing one. Look at Amanda's rad, on point.
Oh, the
vest.
Oh, the vest.
Blondie gang. Maybe she was in the Blondie gang. What is her name? Look at her hair. Both times. How do I not remember her name? It's like Jessica or something.
Sure, that sounds like a name we would have had.
I love these jeans with my Calvin and Hobbes shirt. Okay. I love Calvin and Hobbes. And I didn't bring them, but I found a little box with some of my cartoons, because I wanted to be a cartoonist.
Amazing.
Yeah. Here's me and my cousin. A lot of my photos are at the farm because I spent a lot of time there. So this is inside their house.
So cute. Just like one more thing. A true Alberta commonality of spending so much time on farms and ranches, playing with livestock and messing in the mud. Typical Berta. Typical Berta.
Here's my room.
Amazing. You have a parachute full of stuffies, and I am here for that.
Actually, when I see this bed, it gives me vibes.
Yeah.
Because I had so many nightmares as a kid. I mean, I still have a lot of nightmares. Yeah. Like, it's just part of being me in a way. Yeah. But I have so many memories of being in the corner and it being nighttime and having to will myself to sleep. And I think particularly around the ages that we're talking about, it was a big issue for me. The Chucky movies, they gave me such nightmares. And I remember one Christmas, my aunt or somebody gave me worry dolls.
I got given worry dolls.
Remember the worry dolls? Yes. Yeah. And I remember talking to the worry dolls being like, please don't let Chucky get me. Please don't let Chucky get me. I think even then I was embarrassed about how afraid I was, but it was like the underlying anxiety that I was living with would come out at night. The part that was more fun for me was finding all the other stuff.
Oh, yeah. You got like all kinds of shit.
So like this is my favorite. Report cards, which normally are they're so boring, but first of all, they're handwritten, which I find so impressive. Yeah. November 1988. When compared to peers, Ellie generally scores in lower third of French reading comprehension. Ellie continues to work well enthusiastically and meets expectations. Pure middle road. Nothing exceptional. This one, when I read this, I'm like, this is me now. I still feel this. It was like a soul part of me. This was a letter I had written in school. It's on an 8x10 piece of paper. There's a drawing of planet Earth, a baby, some plants, animals, of course, an elephant. Now, here's my grade 4 French translation. Dear world, thank you for things like the animals, food, people. But the thing I'd like to thank you for the most is you. You're the thing that makes the animals, the food, and all the things. So thank you, world, from Ellie Svoboda. P.S. Without you, I wouldn't be here.
Je vais être ici. I know it's silly, but
It's not.
it's like the earnestness. I remember how much I meant that. Like, I'm getting emotional talking about it because I still feel that way.
What's the big deal? And like, it's actually really big thing for an 8-year-old. That's a huge concept to wrap your head around. The fact that, like, yes, without this world, there would not be you.
My current screenplay is all about biodiversity and wanting to bring people's awareness to how precious the animal kingdom is. And these are deep feelings in me that are connected to this child self who like knew how precious it all was somehow. Sorry. It made me really emotional when I found it. That deep part of me that like knew that there's this preciousness about life and we have to hold that close to us. We have to remember it, because if we don't remember it, then things will just be wasted.
It is interesting, and I did notice this going through the photos, that you see that there are core pieces of you. As much as we grow and change, we're just physically bigger people. We have bigger lives and responsibilities. There is this core gem inside of us that has always been there. In going through these artifacts and photos, you see it. I see little moments in some of those photos.
Quatrième année, le journal.
I fucking fully remember this.
Do you? Because
I remember making this. So here we have Le Journal du 4e année, the 4th grade newspaper that we all created by hand, handwritten, hand-drawn, and poorly photocopied.
The title is Une année spéciale,
Oh, wait.
a special year.
Yeah, it is a special year, for sure. How did we know?
so let's see if you're in here. Oh, Bronwin Parks. La journée sportive.
Les Chaligny, did you see that?
I did.
That's their article.
I know.
Amazing.
Griffin Valley Ranch.
Yes, here. That's fucking
Yeah.
nice.
Celles que nous avons préférées sont. Good grammar.
Merci.
Oh, dude, this is me.
You did a cartoon. Yes, you did.
Bones and Tweaker, that was mine. Regarde, Tweaker, les photos de la salle 4. Oh. Voici Lynn qui danse à la musique. Et, oh, got cut off. My fucking punchline got cut off.
How
am I supposed to tell my joke that probably
how are
made
you
no
going to
sense?
solve this puzzle either?
I was disappointed I didn't find more photos. But then I found all these other things. Props to my mom.
You made up for it. It with spades.
She doesn't really keep shit. So I was very happy she kept all this stuff.
After our time at Weeds, we traveled to various childhood landmarks around Calgary that had meaning to us and had come up in our conversations around grade 4.
We visited our childhood homes. God, it's the same fucking color. They didn't even change the color of the house.
Aw, there's somebody who's put a little deco in the window.
We stopped at the old Calgary Children's Hospital. Yes, we both had memories there.
Because this is as far as we're going, right?
Yeah, we're not actually going to go in. We had a great afternoon getting a tour of Winsport, formerly known as Canada Olympic Park, COP, which was a primary location for many of the Winter Olympic events we explored in episode 2. Big thanks to Dale Oviatt for the VIP tour that day.
Dale.
It's literally the same building. You can tell how derelict it looks.
We started at the ski lodge, which triggered some memories of old school field trips and ski classes.
I just have such a flashback.
Pretty sure the cafeteria probably tastes the same.
Yeah.
We saw the sliding track where I watched the bobsled when I was 8, and it was a sight to see the wear and tear on that facility. She sure aged along with us over the last 35 years.
You can see that circle there, that's the Kreisel. So that's basically, if you're just standing in the middle, it goes right around you. So that could have been where you're at.
Because I remember being able to watch it go around a corner and then it disappeared in a split second. I feel like we are doing a tour of the relics.
The relics of Olympic past.
Dale took us to the top of the 90-meter ski jump, risking our lives in the elevator.
This elevator.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
I think this elevator is from 1988.
It is. There's been a few times where people have been stuck in here for maybe an hour or so.
Oh, no.
And we looked over the city of Calgary from on high.
So just imagine
Wow.
sitting up here on your skis, ready to jump into that bowl.
And eventually, after much driving around the city, we found ourselves parked in a farmer's field, like you do as Berta kids, looking out onto the Rocky Mountains.
That's good.
I really do feel like you said, like we are getting to know each other through this process. Like our childhood selves are getting to now know each other in these adult bodies,
Yeah.
in a sense. And that's fucking cool, dude.
Yeah, it's really cool. I think it shows you that these parts of ourselves are very much alive.
Oh, yeah.
Linear time tells us that, no, it's done.
Right.
That time is past. Yeah. Which, yes, in essence is true on a physical level. But on an emotional level, the concept of the inner child's pretty mainstream.
Yeah.
And it's used in a therapeutic way, but it's more than that, I think. More than just like calming down your inner child when they're pissed off. I think these parts of us are still very much alive and well. And they can also benefit us. They're also part of our strength.
Yeah.
They're just part of who we are. And that 35 years later, you can go back to the same playground and we can give each other a hug. And then I could feel that part of me go,
Yeah. It's like rewriting the past in a non-time paradox way.
yeah.
In like a very healthy way.
The timeline remains intact. You got to think, how much time did we spend on that schoolyard?
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's still there, but we're still there too.
Yeah.
Like a part of us is still there.
Oh, 100%.
And I feel like then you go back into that land and you're like, yeah, there's still a part of me that's still in this square footage, like this, whatever was 2-3 acres.
Yeah.
7 years of our lives.
Yeah.
8 hours a day.
And Monday to Friday.
Monday to Friday. Little Bronwin and little Elinor, or Ellie, are actually becoming friends.
Yeah.
Like it's actually happened.
Yeah, we fixed it. We fixed it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we weren't able to be there for each other before, but now we can be here for each other now.
Yeah.
The real
Yeah.
conversations and getting to know people happen on the side of the road, staring out into the rolling foothills of Alberta.
I guess we fixed it, Bronwin.
We sure unpacked it all, didn't we?
Here we are at the end of the podcast, and after traveling this road together, both emotionally and literally, we've become friends after all. These younger parts of ourselves, that they're actually alive in us and can change and grow along with us, has been a huge discovery for me. Not only have I learned and grown within myself, but I feel like I've made a new friend. I consider you, Bronwin, both an adult friend and a childhood friend.
I didn't expect us to even go as far as we did. And then to share it with all of you friends out there in the world, it's been an incredible experience.
We're sending hugs. Group hug.
Group hug. Group hug.
Thanks for being on this journey with us, everyone. Please stay connected with us on our social media at late.in.88, where we have resources, additional content, and look forward to hearing you share your stories with us. Thank you, friends, for listening. If you like what you hear, please subscribe to our podcast and consider posting a review or sharing it with your friends or both. It helps other people find our show.
Thank you to our family and all of you, our friends, for opening up this steamer trunk of shit with us. Special thanks to Dale Oviatt at Windsport for the VIP tour of the facility and Wheats Cafe for making us feel right at home so many years later.
Late in 88 is created by Bronwin Parks and Elinor Svoboda. Produced by Natasha Winter. Edited by Elfire Media. Sound design by Bernice Chu. Original music by Aaron Hutchinson. Sound mix by Stephen Barden. Publicity by Nice Marmot PR. And artwork by Feisty Creative. We would like to acknowledge the generous support from Canada Council for the Arts Thank you for lighting a fire under this project.
This podcast is distributed by the Women in Media Podcast Network. Find out more at womeninmedia.network.